We gather today to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Alexander Fleming. He leaves behind a loving wife, Sarah, a son, Robert, and millions of grateful people who have been cured with his life's work. If you've ever been treated with penicillin, you owe a debt of gratitude to Dr. Fleming. But to me, he'll always be my Uncle Alec. We find comfort and inspiration by looking at his compassion, inquisitiveness, and perseverance. Let's first take a look at his compassion. Uncle Alec was always compassionate. Growing up in Scotland as the youngest of 9 children, his job was to tend the family sheep. Whenever one of the sheep became sick or injured, Uncle Alec nursed the sheep back to health. This compassion was constant throughout his life. During World War I, Uncle Alec served as a medic on the Western Front. He carefully nursed the soldiers who were injured in battle. Yet, his heart was torn as soldiers died from deadly infections. Uncle Alec was determined to find a way to stop these infections. His compassion led to his inquisitiveness, and his inquisitiveness to his discovery. After a month vacation with Sarah and Robert, Uncle Fleming came back to his laboratory to discover that his bacteria cultures were contaminated with a strange fungus. He was about to discard the cultures when he noticed something. Bacteria wouldn't grow in the presence of the invading culture. He ran some more tests and discovered that the fungus was from the genus Penicillium. His inquisitiveness led to his discovery, but it was ultimately his perseverance that led to his cure. Uncle Alec researched and tested the fungus for 12 more years. It wasn't until 1940 that chemists finally took note of his work and helped him refine the fungus into a useful form. This antibiotic became known as penicillin. Penicillin was used throughout World War II to treat the infections of thousands of wounded soldiers. Penicillin was later used outside the battlefield to treat deadly diseases such as scarlet fever, pneumonia, and meningitis. As a result of his life's work, Dr. Alexander Fleming was knighted in 1944. In 1945, he was awarded the Nobel Prize. And Times Magazine noted that Dr. Alexander Fleming was one of the most influential people of the 20th century. The world certainly has been impacted by Dr. Alexander Fleming's compassion, inquisitiveness, and perseverance. But to me, he will always be my Uncle Alec. Aunt Sarah, the world owes you a debt of gratitude for supporting your husband, even when his work took him away from you. Robert, your father was proud of you, not only for following his footsteps in the medical field, but also for the man you've become. The world indeed owes a debt of gratitude to Uncle Alec. Uncle Alec impacted the lives of millions through his discovery of penicillin. He will continue to serve as an inspiration through his compassion, inquisitiveness, and perseverance. Thank you, Uncle Alec.